Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, another Magic 2014 Let's Play video. So I'm here with some more Friday Night Magic, and I am using the Elf deck today. So, is this hand any good? I've got an Elven Branch Bender, Nissa's Chosen, and a Heedless one with 4 lands, so I'm probably going to keep that one. Got plenty of elves in this deck, so hopefully things like the Heedless one should be looking pretty tasty by around turn 4, in theory of course, providing I don't have too many lands. Only got 24 in this deck, so not too many. Might reduce it down and put more elves in theory. So it looks like we're playing the Guardians of Light deck. So we've got Ajani Sunstriker with lifelink to start off the match for him. Although the Nissa's Chosen will be the perfect counter for that, as it is a 2/3. So if I can block... Well, what's the word I'm looking for? This one blocks and kills it while surviving, which is quite nice, unless he's got an aura, which he can pump it up with. God, how many times did he mulligan? So he's played one... Yeah, he must have mulliganed at least once or twice. We've got a Messer Enchantress, so whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you draw a card. It's quite a nice one for him. Or her, I don't know who it is. Oh, another Heedless one. Pretty good. So we've got an Elvish Branch Bender. So until the end of your turn, target forest becomes an XX tree folk creature in addition to its other types, where X is the number of elves you control. So until end of turn. So I'm guessing that that forest doesn't have haste or something like that. I don't know, but let's get this Branch Bender in play. We're not... so no, we could swing in actually, because he... No, actually no, I'm not going to swing in, because then he would be able to swing in and deal 2 damage and get 2 life back, so I don't really want to swing. I want to save this one as a blocker for now. Yeah, until the end of the turn, target forest becomes an XX tree folk creature in addition to its other types, where X is the number of elves you control. So I'm wondering if that means it can then swing in or not. I don't know. I'm not sure. So we've got a Taunting Elf, but I think a Heedless one will probably be the creature of choice. What did he manage to play? So he's played a core Spirit Dancer as well, so I think I want to swing in with both of these, because this one will come on as a 3/3, I think, so it will block the 2/2 quite nicely. So he's either have to get, so he's taking 4 damage there. It's fair enough. And then we're going to play the Heedless one, which should come on as a 3/3 in theory. Yes, it does. Excellent. That was my plan. And this one will get even bigger the more creatures we play. So in theory, with the second Heedless one and the Taunting Elf, this should pump right up to a 5/5 next turn. I do like this one, the fact this one's animated, which is quite cool. I don't get why some of the cards in Magic 2014 or Duels 2014 are animated and others aren't. It's very, very strange. So what do we manage to pull then? Timberwatch Elf. So target creature gets +X till end of turn, where X is the number of elves on the battlefield. That is going to be redonkulous fairly quickly. So let's swing in with these two. Yeah, let's swing in with these two. Let's attack, see what he does. Is he going to block? Because he's about to take 5 damage. Oh, damn, I should have actually played the Heedless one. I could have done more damage with... I've just realised I should have played elves before swinging in, because that would have then pumped up my Heedless one even more. That was a bit stupid. I didn't think of that. So he's blocking my 2/3 with his 0/2, because there's no point doing the Heedless one, because it's just going to do trample damage anyway. So what do I want to do? All creatures able to block Taunting Elf do so. That's pretty sweet actually, Taunting Elf. So I think I'm actually going to play that and the Heedless one, because basically what that then means is that if I swing in, he then has to block the Taunting Elf as opposed to any of my other creatures. So, which is pretty sweet. So next turn I've got lethal now, because I have the Taunting Elf as well. He has to block the Taunting Elf, and then everything else can swing in. There we go. Yep, he just realised that. He realised that he can't actually win with the Taunting Elf down. So the Elf deck has actually worked out quite well for once. So which can continue. May as well just swing in with everything, because he hasn't... So if we attack with all, what's this? If he blocks, he can only block the Taunting Elf, so everything else swings in for maximum damage. So yeah, pretty good first game there, guys. Pretty good first game. Let's watch the damage go through, and that's game. Oh, we got lifelink. I thought it was game. Haha, balls. So what are we gonna play? So play everything else, mate. Well, may as well play everything else, to be honest. Doesn't really matter. He's dead next turn anyway, so... Damn, I didn't think of that. I thought that was game, but yeah, because he's got the lifelink, annoyingly, that went through. So Blade of the Sixth Pride comes down. So it looks like it's going to take one more turn. I totally forgot about the life link, which actually gave him... I wonder why I hadn't, like, suddenly ended. So, yeah, let's just hit continue. I could have actually gained +1 life for each elf on the battlefield. And then we'll also activate you, just for shits and giggles, basically. So we've got a nice 12-12 down. And then we attack with all. Then that should be game, in theory. There we go. So everything else goes through. Voila, and that's game. Okay, I'll see you in a sec for game number 2, guys. Okay, guys, so we're back for game number 2. Is this a good starting hand? So Essence Warden is good, Imperious Perfect is good, Timberwatch Elf is good, Immaculate Magistrate good, and Lead the Stampede also all good. So I think I'm going to keep this hand. Hopefully I can get one more land down, which will basically allow me to play most of my good stuff. Although we're already in a problem, as we are up against the Avacyn's Glory deck, so he's able to get a Champion of the Parish down on his first turn, which is always terrifying, never a good thing. So most can get the Essence Warden down, which allows us to get +1/+1 whenever another creature enters the battlefield, including my opponent, so which is pretty sweet. So I will get life gain from any like crazy shenanigans he tries to pull, so he's going to pull an Honor of the Pure out. Pump this one up to a 2/2, so I can't kill it off with my Essence Warden, although I don't know why I'd want to kill my Essence Warden off right at this moment, so I'm going to have to skip blocking for now. Not much I can do about that. So he's going to hit me for 2. No life gain for me this turn from the Essence Warden, although we did just manage to pull the Nissa's Chosen, so we get the life gain, and then we also get the perfect blocker for the Champion of the Parish as well, which is always a good thing. Unless he plays another human card, in which case that won't be the perfect blocker anymore. I might as well swing in for 1 with the Essence Warden. Doesn't really harm me at all, and it brings him down by 1 health, which can't complain about. So other elf creatures you control gain +1/+1. Put a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token onto the battlefield. That is pretty sweet, actually. Imperious Perfect. Yeah, that one's definitely going down next turn. So we got Thraben Doomsayer. Put a 1/1 white. Oh my god, that's going to pump up this one to ridiculous levels. Although my Imperious Perfect should be looking pretty tasty in a couple of turns. So I'm going to skip blocking again this turn. I did get the life gain from him playing the... was it the Thraben Doomsayer? So put a 1/1 white human creature token onto the battlefield. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous, that card. But is there anything else worth playing? No, I think I'm going to go for the Imperious Perfect this turn, as it pumps up all my creatures, which is nice, gets me life gain. And then I can also put a 1/1 green elf warrior token onto the battlefield every turn, which again is pretty crazy. So I'm actually going to skip my attack there. Uses as a blocker, providing he doesn't play anything else, of course. He probably will do, though. But after this point, this is going to be providing me with... Oh, great, another Champion of the Parish. Fantastic. At least get the life gain from it. Unfortunately, that does now go up to a 3/4, which is kind of annoying. The Immaculate Magistrate is going to be awesome as well in a couple of turns' time. So it basically puts a 1/1 counter on every elf creature token, every elf creature I control. So... do I want... Well, I may as well block you, unless he's got some other nifty card up his sleeve, but I can't... I'm going to have to let the 4 damage go through this turn. But I may as well kill off the Thraben Doomsayer, unless he's got a Path to Exile, of course. Not the end of the world. So... Oh! I wanted that one! That was going to be awesome! Why did you have to... Yeah, he was waiting to Path to Exile that to get rid of 2 of my cards there. You cheeky bugger. Right, so that's interesting. So I've got a Well-Wisher. Immaculate Magistrate is going to be dead useful. So so how much mana have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Target creature gets +1. So Timberwatch Elf isn't that particularly useful. Well-Wish is going to be useful as well. But I think I want my Immaculate Magistrate down this turn. Yeah. At least I can start pumping up my other elf creatures that way as well next turn. So I can play things such as the Well-Wisher and the Timberwatch Elf and pump them up using the Immaculate Magistrate next turn. So skip my attack there. Probably going to have to take 9 damage this turn to get around that, but not really much I can do about that. Damn, that was like the perfect play to take out my Imperious Perfect there. That is a sweet card, and he got rid of it using Path to Exile. I actually hate him. And I get life gain from that. Thanks for the life gain. See, that was basically that those two are essentially like analogous cards, except he had the answer to it and I don't, so which is slightly frustrating. So I'm going to take 8 damage here, not the end of the world, so I'm just going to skip blocking there, let that go through this turn. Unfortunately, not really much I can do about that, but hey-ho. Should have some blockers next turn, which is going to be quite nice. Oblivion Ring. Oh, you're joking. Right, there, he's won now. If he's Oblivion Ring that, then I'm screwed. I'm actually screwed right now. I don't think there's much else I can do. So Jorga Warcaller enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each time it's kicked. Other elf creatures you control get +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Jorga Warcaller. See, that's pretty sweet, except I can't really use it until like next turn, and at which point I'm probably be dead. So at this point I'm thinking just throw out blockers and then so get some life gain, get the Well-Wisher. Yeah, I think this. I think he managed to out aggro me with this deck essentially. If he hadn't had those 2 lots of removal, this might have ended differently. But unfortunately, he had answers to both my Imperious Perfect and my Immaculate Magistrate, both of which were gonna. And he's got another Champion of the Parish down as well. That's just insane. Yeah, this deck. The fact that he's managed to get 3 of his Champion of the Parishes down kind of speaks for this deck. That deck kind of speaks for itself. If you can get 3 of them down, it's pretty much unstoppable. I mean, this deck can do similar things. It's just he obviously got a little bit luckier with his draws than I did. So, so I'm up to 13 health. See how this goes. So lots of pump up for him. So he can attack for 12, 14 damage this turn. So I'm gonna have to block at least one of these, probably the 7/7 if he decides to swing. So he doesn't have lethal this turn, which is always a good thing. I'm probably going to bring on the Jorga Warcaller and kick it several times as well next turn. Oh, that Thraben Doomsayer was pretty ridiculous with the Champion of the Parish as well. Like, oh my god, he just got a really lucky... Can you get on with it, mate? Come on! There we go. So he's swinging in at all? Yes, he is. So I think my Timberwatch Elf is going to be sacrificed. Block the 7 damage. There we go. So I'm down to 6. So pretty terrifying. And then let's see what I draw. Hopefully something good. I doubt it though. And a Path to Exile. There goes my ability to life gain next turn. Get more land, but that's not necessarily that good. More land, but at least we can kick Jorga Warcaller. I don't know. What? Oh, does it? Oh, crap. That was an accident. GG, that was the end of me. I didn't mean to do that, so I'm conceding that duel. And I'll see you in a sec for game number 3. Okay guys, so back for our third and final game. This isn't a particularly good hand. While I like the Essence Warden, that's far too many lands. So let's try and get a draw, see if we can get something better. Jorga Warcaller, Gapalm Striker, Nissa's Chosen, Immaculate Magistrate, Voice of the Woods. Yeah, I think that's a much better hand. So yeah, that was kind of a stupid way to end the last episode, but I thought I cancelled that Jorga Warcaller, and instead I just kind of accidentally... I didn't realise it was 2 mana to multi-kick, so... I was kind of a bit silly. Got Timberwatch Elf as well, so I can pump up a creature depending on the number of elves I've got. Hopefully we can get the Immaculate Magistrate down this turn. Playing against Dawok for our final game. I don't know how you get rid of this title. I really want to get rid of mine, but I have no idea how you do it. So we got Azuri, Renegade Leader, so regenerate another elf, and elf creatures you control gain +3/+3, and gain trample until the end of turn. That is pretty ridiculous. So we are going to get the Nissa's Chosen down this turn to start off with. Hopefully we draw into a land next turn, otherwise I'm pretty boned. Wouldn't mind getting something like my Timberwatch Elf down. Immaculate Magistrate is obviously going to require a couple more lands, so it looks like we're playing the Guardians of Light deck again. Hopefully this wasn't the first person I played. If it was, whoops. I can't remember now off the top of my head. So at least we've got the extra. At least we've got the next land. So when you cycle Gapalm Strider, elf creatures you control gain plus. So I don't want to use these two. So cycling, is that something that you play afterwards? You can discard a card with cycling from your hand and pay its cost to draw another card from your deck. Oh, fair enough. So that I want to keep until later on, I think. But for now, what I want to do is get my... I'm going to get the Timberwatch Elf down as like an extra card. With a bit of lag there. Interesting. So I'm probably going to swing in with my Nissa's Chosen this turn. It's not a bad card. It's like 2 mana, 2/3, so kind of like got some reasonable stats. Fairly vanilla. The only good thing about it is it, well, I wouldn't say it was a good thing, but it apparently goes to the, when it dies, it goes to the bottom of your deck. So I suppose if you've got any kind of like sift I can't remember if the elf deck has any kind of sift mechanism, so if your deck gets shuffled, it's likely to reappear. So whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from the battle, you may pay 2 mana. If you do, return that card to your hand. It's fair enough. It's not a bad card. So we've got another Nissa's Chosen to play, I think. So we'll probably play that this turn, at the end of the turn. Target creature gains XX until the end of the turn, where X is the number of elves on the battlefield. I'll probably save that for a little bit longer. There's no point playing it right now, as it only really pumps up +2/+2. So I'll probably use that next turn, maybe. It might be more useful, but hey ho. We'll get the Nissa's Chosen down. The second Nissa's Chosen as a blocker in case he gets anything crazy down. And then we'll hit continue to end our turn there. So hopefully next turn we can get the Immaculate Magistrate down, which would be awesome. There goes Pat. Why have you pacifism the Nissa's Chosen? That's really weird. Although, having that around that isn't likely to be removed, kind of another pacifism on my other Nissa's Chosen maybe? Yep, what a surprise. So he is drawing cards. Oh, that's probably why he's doing it, because he hasn't got any cards that he likes. So he's basically using the enchantments to draw cards using his Mesa Enchantress, I think. So that's what I'm assuming he's doing. Oh, for God's sake, I need a land, basically. Can't cycle this because that requires 4 land as well. So we're probably just going to play Azuri, Renegade Leader. Can't really do much else this turn. And I'll probably... So that so I can just I can tap. So what the hell is the Summoning Sickness creature legendary? I don't know what that little weird symbol means. So if somebody knows, please explain. Let's hit continue. There's no point tapping this. I can tap the Azuri next turn, so I may as well swing in with this turn. What I could do next turn is tap the Azuri, and it would be pumped up +4/+4, which would be pretty cool. But there's no point tapping this to pump up itself, as it wouldn't then be able to swing in. So this will be useful next turn. He's getting a lot of land down and not a lot of creatures to pump up. So we've got Spirit Mantle. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has protection from creatures. Oh joy, so I can't actually block that thing. It can swing in for 1 and an Armored Ascension. Oh fantastic, that's really taking the piss. So we finally got basically the best card in that deck, the Armored Ascension, and now I can't block it at all, and it has protection from creatures. And I don't think this deck has any kind of removal. So why didn't he swing in? Interesting. At least we can now go for the Immaculate Magistrate, which is pretty cool. So if we hit continue, I can also cycle the Gapam Strider now, which will be useful next turn. May as well skip my attack and then play the Immaculate Magistrate so I can start pumping up my creatures. Excellent. And then continue. I'm going to have to take 7 damage from the Mesa Enchantress. The flying Mesa Enchantress with what else we got? Admonition Angel. So thankfully I think that whenever I land into the battlefield under control, may exile. Oh, you son of a... Yeah, this is where this deck suddenly becomes very frustrating. Oh, why did he have to pacifism my 2 good creatures? I could have had him killed by now. So let's land up, and then what I think I might do is if we tap target that creature is going to get the +4/+4. Then what I'm probably going to do is cycle this like so. So every single one of my other creatures becomes an 8/8. So what did I get? Guy's Herald, creature spells can't be countered. Not that useful. So if we hit continue, I'm going to swing in with my my Renegade Leader. Might block it, he might not. I'm probably dead next turn anyways, as these are both flying, so if he blocks it, it could be hilarious. As that would then give him my creature back. I doubt he will, because he's got a... Nope, yep. So I'm pretty much dead. I was pretty much dead anyway, because he's got 14 damage, which he can do without me being able to do anything, so... So yeah, that was it's kind of annoying. Creatures you... Oh, God's sake. Creatures you have double strike and lifelink. Oh, Yeah, I think the problem with this elf deck is there's no removal in it, so it's really difficult to deal with things like this when if you get something crazy down, unless you've got something equally crazy that he wants to block, then yeah, that was kind of a pain in the arse. I didn't quite manage to out aggro him enough. So hey ho, that's the end of the series. Okay, guys, so fairly decent start to the this kind of like series of games. One good win. Then I kind of ran up against like other aggro-y decks that managed to out aggro me. So never mind. So yeah, that's going to be the end of that episode. As always, guys, don't forget to comment. Best thing you can do for me. It's great interacting with you guys. Apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.